So I've just finished my clinic and I thought I would show you a couple of points that can really help with your fertility. So the first point is the uterus point. So I'm just going to put a little bit of balm here. You can use anything, olive oil or hand cream or whatever you've got. We tend to use Songbird Reflexology balm. You don't need to use a Reflexology balm. So if you see here, you're going to see a little dip here, and that is the uterus point. If you can't see the dip, if you go from your ankle bone to the end of your foot, in the middle, that's generally where the uterus point is. And if you take pressure off, sometimes you can feel it buzzing under your finger. So this point's really good to use if you've got period pain. I find it really, really good and soothing. Your cervix is there and your vagina is there, so you can work this point. But I like to use this point in my clients for helping to build the uterine lining. So from when the period finishes up until ovulation, you could work this point every day for you don't need to work it for more than a couple of minutes every day to help build your lining. Okay, the second point that I'm going to teach you today is the pituitary reflex, and that reflex sits in your brain, and it's probably the most powerful part of your fertility journey because it's the pituitary gland that sends a message to all of these other glands and tells them what to do. So the pituitary reflex, if you look at the fat part of your toe and bang in the middle, generally that's where the pituitary reflex is. Sometimes there's a little, almost like a little lump here in some people, so you can see it really clearly. And again, you just gently work this point. I like to work this at the beginning of the cycle, again up until ovulation. The pituitary gland reflex is nice and balanced. I find that it helps balance all of the other fertility organs. And again, a couple of minutes every day is really helpful. And you can even join the two together. I find this really fascinating because obviously the brain sends a message all the way down to your body, to your uterus and to your ovaries. So you can do that the same with the feet. Start at the pituitary gland and come down. That's the spine area going into the uterus. Really nice, really relaxing, and doing that also helps you calm the nervous system down. So if you're feeling quite stressed on your fertility journey, that's a good move to do. You start at the pituitary gland, go up, down the spine area to the uterus point and give it a massage.